guys, welcome back to the Toal channel. I am so late making this video, but better late than never, I hope. This is gonna be Josiah's 3-month update. Normally I film his updates with him with me, but as you can imagine, as he is growing and getting bigger, that's gonna become harder to do because he kind of is on the move. And so for the 1 and 2 month, he sat really still, but he's starting to get a little bit more squiggly and not wanting to be held in the same positions, and he wants to kind of be moved around and kept entertained. So it's gonna become a little bit hard to like sit down and film videos with him. And right now he's hanging out with his dad, so never want to interrupt father-son time just to film a video. So they're hanging out, and hopefully I can show him towards the end just so you can kind of see what he looks like these days and how he's doing. So to start off, this month Josiah is 13 pounds. So he is up 2 pounds from last month. He was 11 pounds last time. And he's growing. He is getting big, and you can see it. He's 13 pounds, but he definitely feels 15. Like, he feels like a big boy. I was actually surprised when I weighed him that he was only 13. He has grown 2 inches in length. He's now 24 inches long, which is crazy. But again, I think he was up 2 inches last month from month 1 to month 2. So he's growing pretty consistently. He's still wearing 0 to 3 month stuff. I could tell that he's kind of on his way out of a lot of his 0 to 3 month stuff. Like, lengthwise, he just looks like he's running out of room in like his onesies. The ones where it cuts off at the ankle and there's no feeties on it, he fits in perfectly and probably will for a little bit longer. And in his separates, he fits in perfectly with no issue. It's just like those like one-piece sleepers with feet on them he's starting to grow out of. So he'll probably have to move up to the next size in those probably pretty soon. There's been no changes in his formula. He's still on the Infamil NeuroPro. He's tolerating it really well. We don't have issues with like any gas or colic. He's now eating 4 to 5 ounces every 3 hours. So he's kind of upped his feeding amounts. I think last time I said he was eating 3 to 4, depending on the time of day. Fully eating 4 to 5 ounces now. It's really funny. The other day I accidentally made a 6-ounce bottle and didn't realize and gave it to him, and he ate the entire bottle. And then I realized that it was a 6-ounce bottle. And I was just like, oh my gosh. He was not supposed to eat that much food, but he ate it and he tolerated it. He actually didn't spit up afterwards either, but I still think that he's not ready to be like consistently eating 6 ounces every time he eats. As far as sleeping goes, Josiah is officially sleeping through the night. That started probably like a week after I filmed his 2-month update. In his 2-month update, I had said he was mostly waking up still at 3 a.m. one time in the middle of the night to eat, but we had a couple of nights where he slept from 10 to 5 a.m. And like right after I filmed that video, he started sleeping totally through the night. So he goes down at 10 when we go down, and then he doesn't wake up until I would say anywhere between 6:30 and 7:30 on a really good day. I kind of always felt like I get a lot of sleep with Josiah. He's always just been really good at sleeping at night. I know that a lot of babies have trouble kind of adjusting to like the daytime and the nighttime, but really he's actually always been pretty good with that. And so while I was still getting really great sleep when he was sleeping 4-hour stretches as like a brand newborn, it feels amazing to sleep literally from 10 all the way till 6:30, like straight through the night. It's kind of amazing. Now let's talk about the ever-changing nap schedule. Every time I feel like I have a nap schedule figured out with Josiah, he just like flips the script on me, and things are never the same after that. So it's kind of crazy. For a while he was doing really, really good with waking up in the morning. He'd be up for like 2 hours, and then he would take like a 3 or 4 hour nap in the morning after he would be up for 2 hours. And then he would take a shorter nap in the afternoon, but probably at least I would say 2 hours, like from maybe, 3 to 5 or from 2 to 4. And so that was working out really well for me, and I was like, this is great. But then his new schedule for like the last week and a half, 2 weeks, has been that he wants to go back down after he's been awake for like an hour and a half, and he'll go back down and he'll only sleep for maybe an hour and a half, 2 if I'm lucky, in the morning, which used to be like his really good long nap. And then in the afternoon, there really is no like schedule as far as that goes. Like, he'll be awake, I can tell he's getting cranky and he's tired, I'll put him down for a nap, and he'll be awake 30 minutes later. And he does that periodically throughout the day. So in Josiah's 2-month update, he was in his 2nd leap. He's currently in his 4th, so somewhere in between we had the 3rd leap. 2nd leap wasn't so bad. The 3rd was a little rough. There was a lot more crying. I think he was going through a lot more developmentally in that 3rd leap, and it was just kind of throwing him for a loop. But what was really cool about the 3rd leap was that after that was over, I could see all of the changes in him, all of the new things that he now could see, and like that he was trying to process. Like, it was really, really cool. He like now tracks things around the room. Before it used to be just faces. Now he will follow you if you walk across the room with his eyes. He watches the dogs play. When you take him for a walk outside, he's like really, really trying to like understand the patterns of like the trees and stuff that are overhead. Like, it's really, really cool. You can tell his mind is just trying to process so much more. So definitely a really cool leap. Now he's in his 4th leap. It started a couple of days ago, and I think that's why his nap schedule is starting to get weird. I think that whenever he's like about to go through a leap and he's in a leap, his sleep kind of gets thrown off, and then once the leap is over, it goes back to normal for a couple weeks before we hit a leap again. So I'm hoping that his nap schedule kind of regulates itself once he's done with this sleep. And I had a mom friend tell me that the 4th leap was really hard. Was really, really hard. So I've been like gritting my teeth, like, oh, holding on. And then some fun developmental updates. In the last video, I had said he had started to smile. Now he smiles quite a bit. He's also serious quite a bit, especially if you're trying to catch his smiles on camera. That can be really hard to do. Not so much like our actual camera, but our phones he seems very distracted by. So if you try to snap a quick picture of him on your phone while he's smiling, you could forget about it. You're probably gonna lose the smile because he's just so fixated on the phone. But yeah, he does smile a lot more, mostly when he's waking up. So in the morning or after a nap, he's very, very happy, very, very smiley. Another thing I noticed, which is like sweet and like melts my heart, is that if he is like with Mike for a while and I'm off doing something somewhere else in the house, and then I come back and I see him, when he sees me, he gets like excited and starts like smiling, and it's so cute. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you really do know who I am. Like it's that moment as a mom that just like, it's the best. He's also laughing now, which is beyond cute. And it's so, so funny when he does it. Like, when he laughs, I can't help but to crack up, because it's not like a full-blown baby giggle yet. We all know how adorable those baby giggles are. This is like a, I have to try to like do it so that you can, it's like a ha 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 ha. He does it when he's smiling, and it is so funny. It's music to my ears every time he does it, and I try all day long. I'm like, you want to laugh? You want to laugh for mommy? And then he'll just like sit there with a straight face like, no lady, I'm done putting on a show for you. Also, in my last day in the life of video, I had brought you guys along with me to one of Josiah's pediatrician appointments, and in that appointment the doctor had heard a heart murmur when listening to his heart, and she didn't think that it was going to be anything serious or that I should be worried, but she still wanted us to go have it checked by a pediatric cardiologist. So probably about 5 days later, I brought Josiah for that appointment, and I realized I never updated anybody. So here's the update. They did an ultrasound on his heart, and they found no issue. She said everything looked good, everything looked healthy. He does not need to go back to them for any further checks or ultrasounds or anything else. And so he was cleared on that. And so we were very, very grateful and very, very happy about all of that, because as much as I was told not to worry, I was obviously worried. As far as his legs go, the kid loves mornings. He is a morning baby. He is all about the morning time. He wakes up super happy, super smiley. It's like my favorite time to be with him, just because he is just in such a good mood. Also loves bath time. Now, he's always been pretty good about bath time. I think out of all the baths we've given him, he's only like given us trouble maybe once or twice. For the most part, he really likes bath time. But recently, and I think it happened probably about the time the 3rd leap ended, he is engaging more with bath time. So like when you put the water on him, he makes like funny faces, and he'll smile and laugh when the water splashes up. And so like I have a new love even myself for bath time, because I feel like he does too, and it's like we can engage with each other and socialize during bath time, and it's so cute. And this is a very new favorite of his, but he has just started noticing himself in mirrors. So he has like this little Fisher Price like sit me up chair that he sits in, and there's a little mirror toy on it, and he didn't pay attention to it for the longest time, and now he sees himself in the mirror and he just stares out of himself. And as far as dislikes go, I had a hard time figuring out what he is disliking now at 3 months. I just feel like he's a really chill kid, and for the most part, he doesn't get upset or dislike a whole lot of things. I think that'll probably change as he gets older and he's introduced to more things. Right now, the only thing I could think of was that he doesn't really like being rocked to sleep. If he's getting sleepy, he likes to be in your arms, and any other time of the day, he likes to be in your arms and likes to be rocked and read to and sang to and stuff. But when he's really tired, he literally just wants to be put down in his crib or his bed, wherever he's sleeping, swaddled up, and he wants you to leave him alone, which is funny because like I'm very much the same way. When I get super tired, I'm like, don't touch me, I want to go to bed. As a mother, that makes me both heartbroken but also really happy. It's sad because there was a point, you know, in his very young life that he really did enjoy that, and he loved just being in your arms and being rocked, and if he fell asleep and you put him down, he would wake up and be like, pick me back up, you know, and like that kind of gets tiring because you do want to be able to put your baby down and shower and stuff, but you don't realize like how fleeting those days are when you're kind of in the mix. And like, he's 3 months old and he doesn't want that anymore. He like wants me to put him down, and he wants his independent time to fall asleep, and that also makes me happy because I want my son to be able to comfort himself and soothe himself to sleep. Like, that's an important thing for him to learn early on too. Let me try to go steal Josiah from Mike for like 3 seconds just so that you can see him and how big he is and how adorable he is. You guys know how adorable he is, but like just so you can see it again. There he is. He's so chubby. Like, those cheeks just get chubbier and chubbier every month. But it's crazy because like he looks like a legit like little boy now. Like, he looks less and less like a little baby to me every day and looks more and more like a little child, right? Are you so cute? Can you smile? Are you gonna smile? Are you gonna smile? Nope. Now, as far as finalizing his adoption, we still have no updates. We still have no court dates. I don't know if that's normal or if it's just because of everything that's going on in the world right now with the coronavirus, and things are just starting to slowly reopen here. And that kind of thing just might not be a priority for the court system. So I'm not really sure. At this point, we have had 2 out of the 4 of our social worker visits. Of course, they had to be over like Skype. And we had to take the computer and walk the social worker around the house so she could see everything, make sure everything's on the up and up. Have another one scheduled. I think it's actually at the end of this month or like the first week of July. I can't remember. But hopefully that one will be able to be like actually in our house and maybe just like socially distanced with masks on. I don't know what that's gonna look like. I'll be able to update you guys in his 4-month update on like how that whole visit went. Now for me and my mini motherhood update and how I'm transitioning into motherhood, there has been a big change in our household as of late. It's basically that I have gone back to work. My maternity leave, family leave, bonding leave, however you want to refer to it, ended, and I am now back at work. Now, it's weird because with the coronavirus and everything that's going on, my office is still closed physically, like the building is closed. So everybody has been working from home. So I came back to work full time, but in a work from home capacity, which is new to me. I've always, you know, worked here and there from home, never like consistently. So this is new for me, and it's not that I don't mind it. I actually think I get a lot more done when I do work from home than when I work in the office. The only issue I'm having is like I've been out of work for 3 months, and so there have been a lot of changes, not only to the way we're doing business, the way everybody's doing business right now in the pandemic, but like also just a lot of changes that I knew were coming but I hadn't been able to be trained on before I left. And so I'm trying to train on those things. I'm trying to learn all the new ways that we're doing business and the way things have changed internally. It's just a lot that I'm trying to learn and catch up on kind of at the same time, and I'm doing it like virtually from home, which is like not my favorite way to learn. And so it's been tough, and at the same time we're still obviously trying to limit Josiah's exposure to outside people, and so I am the one that's home with him all day. So not only am I working full-time from home, but I'm also caring for my child full-time at home. So he and I have been trying to navigate this new situation in our lives, and you know, I've been trying to balance what, you know, working and being a mother looks like when the two worlds are like blending in my own home. I think it's a little bit different when you get to leave and go to the office, although I am very grateful to be able to still be home with him. Like, don't get me wrong, I feel so fortunate because I was not ready to like leave him yet, but it is hard because you don't know like when to kind of end one and kind of move into the next space. And like, I'm on conference calls and I'm changing diapers at the same time, and it's 5 o'clock and I want to clock out and spend time with my baby, but I'm still, you know, working on something, and it's like I'm trying to hold him and finish emails. And so it has been a little bit crazy. We are still navigating it. It's still pretty new, and I know that we'll get there. But for everybody else that's in a similar situation, like, my heart goes out to you because it is hard. That pretty much wraps up Josiah's 3-month update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up. You can leave any questions or comments you have for me down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more content from us in the future, and I will see you guys in our next one. Bye.